I love a bit of drama, but watching somebody literally be heartbroken like that is not nice to watch. Love Island USA Season 6, and I'm watching this on ITVX in the UK, and this is Casa Day 3. It was a lot. Kendall was chatting to Cordell and he was saying, I really like the way you're acting around this girl, like she's giving you all her energy, you're more confident and all that. And I have to say, he was totally right. As I've said before, I felt like Serena was playing mind games with him, and I know that she probably is just a slow burner, but it was when she stood behind the podium on that dance competition, I felt it was like fucking with his head. So I totally agreed with what Kendall was saying, and I do think that she brings out the better side of Cordell. Rob was chatting to some girl, and as I said last time, Leah is acting like a completely different person in Casa. She's acting as if she's actually a nice person. Same thing with Rob. He was sitting talking to that girl, and I thought, he really comes across as a half-decent guy. It's so confusing. It's as if they're not just in Casa. It's as if they've teleported into some sort of other dimension, and they're all acting like fucking completely different people. And I've been on a lot of dates in my life, right? But never have I ever been asked, what's your family structure? When he said that to that girl, I was like, what a strange question. Kenny and Janae are both missing each other, which I'm quite surprised about because they didn't really seem that close to start off with. But when he was sitting talking about Janae and saying, oh, she's really mature and I think she's such a great girl and all that, I thought to myself, do I actually think that he's a nice guy? What the fuck's going on here? So they got a text and they were going to be playing a game to celebrate the 4th of July. And I tell you, this task for me it's funny, right? It is funny to watch, but it's also so unnecessary. I remember the first time I ever seen this challenge, and it was not long after lockdown. And I remember they were passing the food in their mouth, and I was like, holy fuck. That is disgusting. And it was just horrible to watch. Like, when they were passing the hot dogs, it was like, right, okay, fine. But then when it came to the ketchup, I was bolting, right? I was literally sick in my mouth. That's how bad it was. The actual thought of that, ugh, no. It was vile. I know it's supposed to be entertaining, and it totally is, right? But I just got to the point where I was bolting that much. I actually had to skip that part because I just thought, I don't know, I feel like there's other games that they could play that's just not so fucking disgusting. Last night they showed you a clip of what was happening today, and they obviously edited it to make it look way more dramatic because it looked as if her and Cordell were up to it a lot more than what they were. But obviously, if you're paired up with Cordell and then you see that video, you're going to be upset. So when the girls received the text and it was the video message, I thought, right, this is going to be really dramatic. I love the fact that they do this, and as far as I know, they only do it on Love Island USA. But I think that they should do it in all of them, because when the girls are sleeping out in the day beds and they're missing the guys, or the guys are sleeping out in the day beds and then they get these videos, it shows them like what they're up to, and it's like, maybe now this is your chance to go and get to meet somebody else and get to know somebody else. And I just think that all of them should do it. However, it is so heartbreaking to watch people being that upset. Like, Kayla was like really crying and she's shaking and everything, right? And it was sad watching her. However, the way Serena was acting, to me, was even more heartbreaking, because I've been brokenhearted in the past. So brokenhearted to the point where it's just like your emotions don't work anymore. And I'm a very emotional person. I cry all the time. I cry at TV shows. Like, I'm just over emotional, as somebody would say. However, I have been so hurt that literally I couldn't cry, I couldn't react. It was just like disbelief. And when I was watching Serena reacting like that, I was crying because I thought she is really, really, really hurt. At times, I feel like there's a fine line between entertainment and just taking things too far. Now, on Love Island, that's what they sign up for. But years ago, Darren Brown had a TV show, and there was this guy on it, and he was hypnotising him in his sleep, and he didn't realise he was being hypnotised. and he made the guy believe that he had murdered somebody, and when you seen the guy like realising that he'd murdered somebody and he went to hand himself into the police, it was a bit like, right, this is too far now, right? But they do like a psychological evaluation on the people to make sure that they're not going to take a mental breakdown or whatever, and that's fine. But sometimes you just think to yourself, is it really worth risking it? Is it really worth watching somebody being so devastated and something that could literally affect the rest of their life? I think like it's just a bit too much. Let me know what you think in the comments. One good thing about the video message is that when it comes to movie night, if they show these clips, they're not going to be blindsided, because at times the guys come back for Casa and they haven't brought a girl back and they've got no idea what's went on and everything's all fine and well. And then maybe the guy will say, oh, I kissed somebody or whatever, and it's just not a big deal. But then on movie night, they see the videos and they're like, what the fuck? So at least now they kind of know what to expect. So it showed you a clip of tomorrow night, and what the fuck is going on? Daniela is in bed with Rob. What's going on? Like, when it showed you the clip of the bonfire and them coming back for Casa, it looks as if Arn's not came back with anybody, and Taylor's at the fire pit and she's saying, oh, I seen a video of you, what do you think I seen? Right, so it looks as if he's came back on his own, but imagine Rob came back with her. That would be just as bad, because you're sitting there knowing that the person that you're paired up with has did this stuff with this girl and that he's had feelings for her and he's liked her and all that, and even though they're not still paired up, you're still sitting there looking at her. Do you know what I mean? Not that she's in the wrong. She's not done anything wrong at all. Arn has. But it's just like the thought of having to sit there and actually fucking talk to that bitch. You'd be like, that, I can't even cope, man. So from the clip, it looks as if Arn didn't bring Daniela back, but do you think that Cordell's going to bring her back? At this point, I don't fucking know what's going on. So this guy had previously pulled Janae for a chat and they were sharing a bed, and then the other guy asked if he could share a bed with her, and when he was sitting speaking to her and he was trying to open up to her and saying, I really like you and all that, the other guy blatantly walked up in the middle of their conversation and pulled her for a chat, and I just think that that's so unnecessary. I know that they don't get to spend the whole day together, but he was taking his chance to sit and talk to Janae, and the other guy was just rude as fuck. But at this point, Janae's just wanting to get back to Kenny. It's all very dramatic. Let me know in the comments if you think Cordell's going to bring that girl back to the villa. And what did you think of watching Kayla and Serena be so upset? Like, I know that that's what the show's all about, but it's like, it's a bit much. But I'll see you again tomorrow.